You start to train your puppy the first time you speak to it. Your voice is the key to its behaviour from that moment on. An experienced trainer will know almost instinctively how much voice to use with each dog. Some will always need a firmer treatment than others. Be the boss of your dog kindly but firmly from the start, and you will have a happy, obedient dog who respects you. Simple training should be part of its daily life, so that the dog grows up knowing what is required of it, and there will be no need for corrective treatment or punishment later. You must be able to change the tone of your voice between giving commands, scolding or praising, and say as few words as possible when giving commands. Talk as much as you like to your pup the rest of the time, but when training, keep to the same few words and nothing else. Always start with the dog's name to get its attention, followed by a one-word command. See that the command is carried out, then praise the puppy. Dogs like routine, so it's important to try and make sure that the training is carried out by the same person. It is essential that your dog comes when it is called, so it's never too early to start a response to this command. Do keep to one word, come, not come here, said in a firm but kind voice that tells dogs that you mean it, not in a weak way that asks it if it feels like it. This is easily done by calling its name when it's already on its way to you. But the real test will come when there are other distractions about. But the more you fix this response at an early age, the more likely you are to always have an obedient dog. If you are ignored, never chase the dog. Call it and then run the other way. Remember not to panic and always master these commands at home at an early age before your puppy is let outdoors elsewhere. Sit. This is another command that can be taught early on. Your puppy will probably sit down to look up at you, especially when expecting its food, and this is the time to teach the sit. With a dish or tidbit in your hand but held out of the dog's reach, say the pup's name and then the command sit. Not sit down. You may have to apply gentle pressure on the hindquarters to start with and be quick enough to stop the puppy jumping up. But it will soon learn what you want, and this is a very useful command. It is far better to give your dog the positive command to sit, if or without muddy feet it looks like it is going to jump up on people, than to keep saying down, down. See that your dog enjoys obeying this command. Tell it to sit at odd times when it's running loose or a short way away from you, and then gradually increase the distance, making sure to praise it each time. It is essential that your puppy learns where it needs to rest. So when it has been fed, taken out or is tired, it should be put in its bed and told place. It will be necessary to hold and stroke the puppy quietly to start with, or even put it in a box that it cannot get out of. But it must learn its own place, and that is where it goes to sleep. Later you can take the bed or a rug to another room and give the same command. Finally, you will have a dog that will stay quietly anywhere it is placed. Stay. When your puppy is sitting to command, it is then time to teach it to stay in that position until told to move. Make the length of time you expect it to sit very short to start with, and then when you release it with a cheerful OK or some such phrase, the stay must be said firmly and obeyed. Do not try for too long at a time so that you can always release the dog before it makes a move. Then you can praise it, not scold it. If it knows that you will always come back, it is more likely to trust you and will stay. Heel. You can start to train your puppy to walk to heel from a very early age by combining it with the come command. Occasionally the pup runs towards you. Just before it makes it, you turn around and walk on, patting your left side as you go. To walk beside you on a lead without pulling may sound difficult to teach. Remember, it takes two to pull, so do not let the dog pull you. Jerk the lead as soon as the dog goes too far forward, and then release it when the dog is in the right place. Eventually, if you have a really obedient dog, it may be possible to do this off lead. Down. It should not be difficult to make your puppy understand that you want it to lie down, as you can hold it in this position when it is small. It is, however, important to decide exactly what command you are going to give. Down and drop can mean other things, so make sure that the word you choose is used only when you wish the puppy to lie down. Eventually, after training, this should be a command that is instantly obeyed at any distance. As with the sit, a hand signal can help. Extend your right arm sideways, level with your shoulder as you give the command. Do not encourage your dog to bark at everything, for you will regret it later. The time for a dog to bark is when something strange is heard, not at every sound. It is essential that you can stop your dog barking when it is told. Persistent barking can be a cause of complaint from neighbours, and, as German Shepherds are either loved or hated, seldom tolerated, you do not want anything that can cause annoyance. Your German Shepherd is too intelligent just to bark at anything. The dog should think before it acts. For more information on this breed, please check out my other videos. Thank you.